When God places you in a season of waiting, it is not a punishment, and it is not a sign that you are forgotten. It is a divine strategy. Waiting is where God builds the foundation of the miracle He is preparing for you. You may not realize it, but every moment of stillness is strengthening you for what's coming next. This is the season where God shapes what cannot be shaped in activity. Your endurance, your faith, your identity, your spiritual backbone. Think of a tree. The roots grow the deepest during the quiet seasons, when no fruit is visible and no branches are moving. In the same way, God is deepening your roots right now. He is building spiritual strength in you so that when He lifts you, nothing can shake you. In waiting, God stretches your capacity. He allows you to sit in moments that feel uncomfortable because He is expanding the strength of your spirit. You're learning to rely on Him in ways you never had to before. When everything is going right, faith feels easy. But when life slows down, when answers don't come quickly, when doors stay closed longer than you expected, this is where real faith grows. This is where trust becomes muscle and not just words. God doesn't want you to simply believe in His blessings. He wants you to develop the strength to carry them. Sometimes the blessing is ready, but you are not yet prepared to handle it. So God uses the waiting season like a workshop. He refines your patience, He refines your character, He refines your mindset, He removes the traits that would sabotage your blessing and strengthens the ones that will sustain it. Maybe you don't even notice the growth happening because God doesn't rush His work. He doesn't build greatness overnight. He builds it layer by layer, prayer by prayer, test by test. Just like a builder reinforces the structure of a skyscraper long before it touches the sky, God is reinforcing you before He elevates you. And sometimes that required reinforcement feels like delay, but in heaven, nothing is delayed. Everything is perfectly timed. God is making sure the internal version of you matches the external blessings He is preparing to release. He is aligning your spirit with your assignment. He is shaping you to fit the future He designed specifically for you. You may feel frustrated, wondering why things aren't moving yet. But the truth is, if God were to give you certain things too soon, they would crush you. Opportunities require maturity, miracles require resilience, blessings require wisdom, and so God prepares these qualities within you through waiting. Waiting teaches you how to handle disappointment without losing faith. Waiting teaches you how to endure pressure without breaking. Waiting teaches you how to trust God's timing even when your own timeline is falling apart. Waiting teaches you how to stand still when everything inside you wants to run. This is the kind of strength that separates those who simply desire blessings from those who are truly ready for them. So don't mistake the silence for stagnation. Don't mistake the stillness for emptiness. Something is growing inside you, slowly, quietly, powerfully. You are being strengthened in ways you will only understand later. One day you will look back at this season and say, "That was the time God prepared me. That was the time God built me. That was the time I became the person capable of receiving everything I prayed for." And when that moment comes, you will realize the waiting was not wasted. It was necessary, it was intentional, it was divinely designed. God is building you from the inside out because what He's getting ready to place in your hands requires a stronger, wiser, more grounded version of you. And that version is being born right now, in the silence, in the stillness, in the waiting. When God works in silence, it can feel like the hardest season of your life. You pray, but nothing seems to move. You cry, but nothing seems to change. You ask for signs, yet heaven remains quiet. But what you must understand is that silence is not absent. Silence is strategy. When God is quiet, He is not ignoring you. He is working behind the scenes in ways you cannot see. Just like a seed buried underground makes no noise during its greatest growth, the miracles God is forming for you right now are happening quietly, deeply, powerfully. Silence is where God designs what will later shock you. Silence is where God rearranges circumstances, aligns opportunities, shifts hearts, opens hidden doors, and prepares the exact moment where everything will suddenly make sense. The silence of God is not a denial, it is preparation. Sometimes God withholds answers because He is preparing something bigger than what you prayed for. You might be asking for a small breakthrough, but God is arranging a transformation. You might be praying for relief, but God is lining up elevation. You might be asking for a blessing, but God is writing a testimony that will change your entire life. Silence is His way of telling you, trust me, I am working in places you cannot see yet. Just because He is silent doesn't mean He is still. Heaven is never still. God is never inactive. Every moment of His silence is a moment of construction, divine movement, and supernatural preparation. In the silence, God protects you. Sometimes He keeps things hidden because revealing them too early would attract the wrong people, the wrong attacks, or the wrong timing. If He let you hear every detail of His plan, you might rush it, sabotage it, or settle for less than what He is preparing. Silence forces you to depend entirely on Him and not on your understanding. Silence makes you hold on to faith instead of signs. Silence makes you walk by trust instead of sight, and that kind of trust is unshakable. That kind of trust cannot be destroyed by delay, disappointment, or opposition. That kind of trust becomes the foundation of miracles. You may feel like God's silence is stretching you, but that's because it is. It is stretching your capacity to believe without seeing. It is training you to remain steady when circumstances look impossible. It is shaping your heart to be strong enough, disciplined enough, and faithful enough to handle what God is preparing to place in your hands. God will often go silent right before He shifts everything. The silence you are experiencing now is the pause before the promise. It is the quiet before the breakthrough. It is the final test before the blessing. Think about every miracle in Scripture. Before God moved, there was always a moment of silence. Before the Red Sea opened, there was silence. Before the walls of Jericho fell, there was silence. Before Jesus resurrected, the tomb was silent. Silence is a divine signal that something is about to break open. You are standing in that same kind of silence. This isn't the silence of abandonment. It is the silence of creation. God is assembling the pieces. God is orchestrating the details. God is preparing the moment when everything you prayed for will align perfectly with His timing. One day soon, God will break the silence, not with a whisper, but with a breakthrough that leaves you speechless. You will see the job, the opportunity, the blessing, the open door, the healing, the financial turnaround, the relationship restoration, the miracle that didn't make sense during the silence, but now makes perfect sense. And when that moment comes, you will thank God for every silent night, every unanswered prayer, every quiet season, because now you'll see that it was in the silence where God did His greatest work. When you feel forgotten, when life seems to be stuck, when every door you knock on stays closed, and when nothing around you shows evidence of progress, it is natural to wonder if God has abandoned you. But what you must understand is that God often hides His greatest work beneath the surface, away from your sight, away from your understanding, away from your expectations. Just because you cannot see movement doesn't mean there is no movement. Just because you cannot trace God's hand doesn't mean you cannot trust His heart. The silence you feel is not God ignoring you. It is God strengthening you. The delay you experience is not punishment. It is preparation. The quiet season you are walking through is one of the most sacred seasons of your life, because it is the season where God is building the version of you that can carry the blessings you prayed for. This key moment is where God shifts your internal world before shifting your external world. He teaches you patience, endurance, emotional maturity, and spiritual clarity. He strips away the things that were weakening your foundation: fear, insecurity, doubt, and the voices of people who were never meant to walk with you into your destiny. God removes what cannot go with you so you don't collapse under the weight of what's coming. In this season, God does not speak loudly because He is refining you quietly. He is strengthening your faith so you will not crumble when adversity rises. He is sharpening your discernment so you will no longer be deceived by distractions. He is increasing your resilience so you stand tall when life tries to break you. He is molding you so that when the blessing shows up, you will not just receive it, you will sustain it. The moment you feel the most forgotten is often the moment God is doing His most focused work on your heart. He is not delaying you to deny you. He is delaying you to develop you. He is pulling you away from the noise of the world so you can hear his voice more clearly. He is separating you from certain people so you don't sabotage your own breakthrough. He is pruning you so your life can bear fruit you did not even believe was possible. It may feel lonely, but this loneliness is not emptiness. It is intentional repositioning. God isolates you because he is elevating you. He withdraws you from certain environments because your future is too big to be shaped by small spaces. And this is the powerful truth. God's silence is never wasted. Every day you survive the silence, you are becoming stronger. Every moment you choose faith over frustration, you are stepping closer to your destiny. Every time you keep walking when nothing makes sense, heaven takes notice. God sees every tear, every prayer, every sacrifice, every sleepless night. He sees how you continue pushing even when you feel broken. He sees how you keep believing even when you see no evidence. That level of faith attracts divine intervention. That level of trust unlocks supernatural doors. That level of perseverance positions you for blessings that others only dream of. What you must hold on to now is this: God has not forgotten you. He has not missed your prayer. He has not ignored your pain. He is preparing a blessing so perfectly timed, so beautifully aligned, so powerfully designed for your life that when it arrives, you will understand why he had to keep you waiting. You will see that if he had given it earlier, you would not have been ready. You will realize that nothing was delayed. Everything was being perfectly arranged. The very moment you felt the most stuck was the moment God started shifting everything in your favor. The very season you thought was the end was actually the turning point. The very silence you feared was the silence where God wrote your breakthrough. You are closer than you think. The silence is almost over. God is about to reveal what he has been building in secret, and when he does, it will exceed your expectations, overwhelm your doubts, silence your fears, and remind you that God never forgets his children. He only prepares them for greater. There will come a season in your life when you must stand on faith even when nothing around you looks encouraging. When your strength feels drained, when your plans fall apart, when the people you trusted disappear, and when the path ahead is covered in uncertainty. This is the season where God is not asking you to understand everything. He is asking you to trust him through everything. Trust becomes your anchor when storms rise. Trust becomes your oxygen when your hope feels thin. Trust becomes your compass when life makes no sense. And it is in these moments of raw vulnerability that God does his greatest work. Not when you feel strong, but when you feel broken. Not when you have answers, but when you have questions. Not when you feel confident, but when you feel unsure. Because trust is not proven in comfort, trust is proven in pressure. The power of this key point is that trust is not passive. Trust is warfare. Trust is choosing to believe in God's promise even when your situation contradicts it. Trust is waking up each day believing something good is still possible. Trust is refusing to let fear control your decisions. It is declaring, I still believe even here. Trust means you keep walking even when you can't see the next step. You keep praying even when you feel unheard. You keep planting seeds even when the ground looks barren. And every time you choose trust over anxiety, faith over fear, obedience over convenience, heaven moves. Something shifts, something breaks, something aligns. Trust invites God into your battle. It turns impossibilities into testimonies. Understand this. God doesn't ask you to trust him because he wants to test you. He asks you to trust him because he sees what you cannot see. He knows what is ahead. He knows which opportunities will harm you and which ones will build you. He knows when to close a door because something better is coming. He knows when to slow you down because rushing would ruin you. He knows when to isolate you because certain voices would misguide you. When God asks for your trust, he is not asking for blind faith. He is asking for surrendered faith. Faith that says, your plan is better than mine, even when your heart aches for immediate answers. And trust is not the absence of fear. It is moving forward despite fear. It is holding on when everything in you wants to let go. It is believing there is purpose in the pain, direction in the confusion, and victory in the struggle. Trust teaches you resilience. It strengthens your character. It deepens your relationship with God. It makes you unstoppable because once you learn to trust God in the storm, you will never fear the storm again. You will know that no battle is bigger than the God who fights for you. You will know that no setback can cancel the destiny God wrote for you. You will know that every detour has divine meaning and every delay has divine timing. There will be days when trusting God feels like climbing a mountain with trembling legs, but those are the days that shape you the most. Those are the days when God pours courage into your spirit, wisdom into your mind, and peace into your heart. You begin to feel a quiet strength rising inside you. Not the strength that comes from your own ability, but the strength that comes from knowing God is with you. And once that strength takes root, nothing can break you the same way again. The things that used to overwhelm you will no longer intimidate you. The fears that once controlled you will lose their power. The doubts that once paralyzed you will fade because trust transforms you from the inside out. When you choose trust, you step into alignment with God's plan. You move at His pace. You follow His direction. You unlock blessings that were waiting on your obedience. You discover peace that doesn't depend on circumstances. You experience breakthroughs that human effort alone could never produce. And eventually, God will reveal why He needed you to trust Him so deeply. You will see how every delay protected you, how every hardship strengthened you, how every closed door redirected you, and how every tear watered the seeds of your future. One day, you will look back and realize that trusting God was not just the right choice. It was the most powerful thing you ever did. It carried you when your strength failed. It guided you when your vision blurred. It sustained you when nothing made sense. And it prepared you for blessings that were far bigger than your expectations. Trust is not weakness. It is your greatest weapon. Trust is not a risk. It is your path to victory. Trust is the bridge between where you are and where God is taking you. And if you keep walking across that bridge with faith, courage, and surrender, you will reach a life greater than anything you imagine. There will be moments in your life when everything feels painfully still, when every prayer seems unanswered, when every effort feels unnoticed, when every door appears tightly shut, and when progress seems frozen. In these seasons, silence can feel like abandonment, and waiting can feel like punishment. But the truth is far more powerful. When nothing seems to be happening around you, God is working within you. When your life looks still on the outside, a transformation is taking place on the inside. God uses seasons of silence to shape you, strengthen you, and prepare you for blessings that require a stronger, wiser, more resilient version of you. Waiting is not God ignoring you. It is God investing in you. This key point is about understanding that silence is not emptiness. It is development. Just like seeds hidden beneath the soil are silently growing roots long before the world ever sees the plant break through the surface, you are being prepared in places nobody can see. God strengthens your character in hidden seasons. He develops patience that will carry you through storms. He builds discipline that will elevate your future. He increases your wisdom so you can handle what you once prayed for. He stretches your mindset, expands your capacity, and deepens your faith. The waiting season is not wasted time, it is preparation time. If God gave you everything you asked for instantly, you would not be able to carry it, sustain it, or protect it. Preparation is God's mercy. The problem is, most breakthroughs don't happen while you are moving. They happen while you are waiting. It is in the waiting that you learn to let go of control. It is in the waiting that you learn to trust God's timing more than your own impatience. It is in the waiting that you stop relying on human strength and start drawing from divine strength. And the moment you shift from frustration to faith, from impatience to trust, from fear to surrender, something beautiful happens. Peace begins to fill the very place that used to hold anxiety. You start noticing small signs of progress, subtle shifts in your spirit, and quiet confirmations that God is indeed working, even if you can't see how. Waiting builds spiritual muscles. It teaches endurance. It develops emotional maturity. It helps you distinguish between temporary desires and true purpose. It refines your character until you are shaped into someone who can handle the weight of what God is preparing for you. Sometimes God delays the blessing because He is building the person who will receive it. He is aligning opportunities, shifting circumstances, moving people, and creating pathways you don't even know exist yet. What feels like nothing is changing is actually everything is being arranged. The silence is strategy, not neglect. When you feel stuck, God is not still. He is orchestrating. When you feel forgotten, God is focus. When you feel delayed, God is positioning you for divine timing, not your timing. And divine timing means the blessing arrives at the exact moment when it will elevate you, not overwhelm you, grow you, not break you, strengthen you, not burden you. At the right time, the wait ends with clarity so undeniable that you realize the delay was protection. At the right time, doors open so effortlessly that you understand why the other ones stayed closed. At the right time, opportunities find you, people support you, and miracles unfold in ways you never imagined. Your job in the waiting is not to panic. It is to prepare, not to question God's silence, but to trust His strategy. Not to lose hope, but to let hope grow deeper roots. Use the waiting season to become the version of yourself your future requires. Read, learn, grow, pray, build, reflect, and sharpen your gifts. Waiting is not punishment, it is positioning. It is God saying, I am working on something bigger than you think. Stay ready. So hold on, keep faith alive, keep your spirit strong, because one day, very soon, you will step into a blessing that makes you say, now I understand why I had to wait. And in that moment, you will see with absolute clarity that God was never silent. He was simply preparing greatness for you behind the scenes. There comes a moment in every waiting season when you reach the edge of your strength, when you feel tired of believing, tired of hoping, tired of being strong, and tired of watching others move ahead while your life feels paused. It's in that fragile place when your spirit feels stretched thin that God steps in, not always with noise, not always with signs, but with a quiet whisper in your soul, don't give up, you're closer than you think. This final key point is about understanding that the very moment you feel most discouraged is often the moment you are standing right on the threshold of breakthrough. The pressure you feel is not evidence that God is absent, it's evidence that change is near. Every great story, every miracle, every transformation reaches a point where the person must choose whether to quit or keep going. And those who keep going, even with trembling hands and weary hearts, are the ones who rise into the life God has destined for them. When God is silent near the end of your waiting season, it's not because He has stopped working. It's because the final steps require trust, not explanation. God doesn't give you every detail because He wants your faith to grow deeper roots than your fear. He wants your courage to have weight, your commitment to have strength, and your endurance to prove that you believe in His timing more than your emotions. You don't need a sign that the blessing is close. The battle you're facing right now is the sign. The resistance is confirmation, the opposition is proof. The enemy fights hardest when your breakthrough is nearest because he knows what's coming will elevate you, secure you, and transform you into someone he can't shake anymore. And in these moments, God is teaching you something powerful: to walk by faith even when feelings betray you, to stand firm even when circumstances scream otherwise. He is teaching you that breakthroughs often come wrapped in challenges, and the strongest victories are born in the places where you refuse to give up. Your strength is not found in how loudly you roar, but in how quietly you endure. Your power is not found in perfect belief, but in the decision to continue even when belief feels faint. God honors endurance, He blesses persistence, He rewards uncommon faith. Right now, He is aligning the final pieces, shifting situations, softening hearts, opening pathways, and removing obstacles that used to look immovable. You may not see the movement, but you're about to feel the results. God is not a God of halfway promises. He finishes what He starts. He doesn't bring you to the edge of a blessing only to abandon you there. If you are still waiting, it means the blessing is still being built, protected, shaped, or elevated to match the greatness He intends for your life. What God has prepared is far bigger than what you lost, far better than what you expected, and far more meaningful than what you imagined. This is not the season to quit. This is the season to stay aligned, stay faithful, stay grounded, and stay prepared. God is about to turn the page, and the next chapter will make every tear, every delay, every setback, and every silent night worth it. Don't let impatience sabotage what faith has been building. Don't let fear make decisions that were meant for courage. Don't let tiredness blind you to the truth. You are moments away from stepping into the blessing that has been forming quietly, perfectly, deliberately behind the scenes. Hold on, keep praying, keep believing, keep preparing. Because the silence is about to break, the waiting is about to end, and the miracle that's been maturing in the dark is about to reveal itself in the light. Your breakthrough is not far, it's closer than your doubt, stronger than your fear, and more powerful than anything that tried to stop you. God is about to show you why He made you wait, and when He does, you will say with absolute certainty, the silence was a setup for something greater.